Well, friends, unfortunately, some sad news. For those who don't know, our dog Luna passed away this past weekend. And it was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy how it happened. So Luna was 5. Her birthday was last week, November 18th. And she was a Great Dane, so she's huge. And unfortunately, bigger dogs don't live very long. And Great Danes on average live like 6 to 10. 10 being on like that's an old Great Dane. Most Great Danes do not live till they're 10 years old. So we knew, Luna was like, when she turned 4, I kind of like, mentally prepared, like her life is like halfway over. And especially as she started creeping up to 6, you start getting ready for like, man, it could be, it could be getting to the end here. But because she just turned 5, I guess just mentally, like just in life, you always think you have more time. And normally it's not the case. But one thing about Great Danes is they develop a lot of bone problems, a lot of joint problems, just because of how big they are. And so Friday night, we were home. I had my cousin visiting from out of state. She's my cousin, but she's really kind of more like my aunt. She's my mom's first cousin. So she's my mom's age, but she never got married, never had kids. So she was really more like an aunt who, like, growing up, like, take us to the movies. She was the fun aunt that, like, we would do all like the cool fun things with. And so she came to visit, and we had just gone to the grocery store, me and my cousin, and we're sitting in the car, just talking. She was filling me in on life and everything. And Amanda calls me. Luna had come up the stairs to see my wife. My wife was actually on her computer running a church event. There was a Fortnite women's event for XP Church for Gamers. And Luna walked up the stairs to her, and she had this really strange limp. I mean, Luna's had limps in the past. She's kind of crazy and runs into stuff. And she would just, she's a dog. And but this one was different. My wife could quickly tell, like, something is wrong with Luna. Her foot was like bent on the ground, almost like she couldn't feel it. Very odd. And my wife just calls me. She's like, you need to come home. Something's wrong with Luna. And so then Amanda proceeds to like try to get Luna down the stairs. I mean, this is like maybe a 15-minute period that Luna walks up the stairs to see my wife. My wife is trying to help Luna down the stairs, which was very difficult because her legs were not working properly. And like, by the time Luna had reached the bottom of the stairs, her legs just didn't work. So I had to pick her up, and she was like panicking, because she's like, why won't my legs work? And so I had to pick her up off the ground and, put her in the back of our Jeep and drive her to the vet. And I could tell something was really wrong, because the way she was sitting in the back of the Jeep, she was sitting on the back of her legs and on her tail in a way that looked like really painful, super uncomfortable, really painful. She was not sitting like a normal dog. And I could tell, I was like, I don't think she can feel that, because if she could, it would probably be hurting her. So we get to the vet. Thank God there was a 24/7 emergency vet hospital. And, pretty quickly they were able to figure out, not necessarily the cause, but figure out that Luna had just become paralyzed in her back legs. And like the back half of her body was paralyzed. She had lost the ability to control like her bowels. And the odd thing was that it started spreading to her front legs as well. So we were there for like 5 hours. They were doing all their testing and figuring everything out. And so the vet came in to see us, and they had done all the testing that they can there, but because Luna is so big, if we wanted to be able to really fully do more testing and get like a full-blown MRI, we would have to get her transported because they didn't have the machinery there to do that for dogs so big, and because most people don't have dogs this big. So we would have had to have her transported an hour away to like a major vet hospital. They called that vet to see if they had an opening, and they did have an opening the next day. But after all the testing they did, even though they weren't 100% conclusive of what the issue was, they said for us to get her transported and to get her tested in an MRI would have been almost like $10,000. But what the vet told us and the people at the other hospital told us was that with her current condition, even if you went through all the process to try and figure out an answer, she would never recover. And at the rate in which it was spreading to her front legs, we just didn't want to make her suffer. And what really horrified me was the thought of, her getting thrown in the back of a truck to be driven over an hour away while she's rapidly declining. And then she would have just, there's a potential she would have just passed away in a truck surrounded by strangers, not knowing where she is. And we didn't want to do that to her. Doctors, all they could do was give their best guess of maybe she had a blood clot, or she could have slipped a disc in her spine, or it could have been something, I think it was called like degenerative spine disorder or something, which can happen in big dogs. Because the thing about Luna, she was a tank, bro. Like, all dogs, they do something to hurt themselves, but she did not display any ounce of pain, like ever. So she would bang herself up, no pain. She would cut herself on something random and then just walk around like it's no big deal, no pain. Like, she just never showed signs of pain. So we don't know if maybe she had been in some slight pain for a while her spine was maybe, degenerating, until it finally just, finally went. We don't know for sure, but it was crazy because without her showing any signs of pain, she literally went from fine, just paralyzed. And some dogs you can manage with a fully disabled or a partially disabled dog, if they're the type of dog that you can like carry around. You can't carry around a Great Dane. She was just fine. And then I still kind of can't like wrap my mind around it. Like, you just go from being fine to being paralyzed. Just whatever was going on with her, even though she was a tank and never expressed any pain, she was expressing pain this time. Whimpering. And she was whimpering, we think, because of pain, and she was just sheer panicking. One of the things that I've been struggling with, like even when I woke up early this morning, earlier than normal, just heard a noise and woke me up. And I think that's been one of the hardest parts, is like just seeing her face of just sheer panic. Because I just felt so bad for her, because like obviously when a human is paralyzed, obviously that's awful. But what really broke my heart about her was like, she's a dog, right? So she can't understand what's happening. To a human, obviously, to be paralyzed is absolutely tragic thing. But at least you can You know, unless they're in a vegetative state of some sort, at least you can explain to them what's happening. And dogs are, especially Great Danes, they're stubborn. So she just kept trying to get them to work, you know, but they're obviously, they weren't going to. So we are very, very thankful for, although short, 5 beautiful years. 5 beautiful years. She was the best dog, man. My wife posted this on Facebook. I'll read it to you. She said, if you never had the chance to meet Luna, she was truly the best girl. I like to say that she was sweet but a psycho. Have you guys heard that TikTok, Tom? She had just turned 5, but still had the energy of a puppy. Yeah, she really did. Her zoomies were scary. You had better get out of her way or else you'd be in pain. Absolutely. She'd go 0 to 100 in 0.5 seconds. She was stubborn, yet such a good girl. Anytime we took her out, people always complimented how beautiful she was. You know, it's funny because as big of a dog she was, the biggest thing that people said about her when they would see her walking down the street, the biggest thing that people would say was that, like, she was beautiful, not even that she was big. Like, they would say she was beautiful, like, what a beautiful dog. And then they would say, and she's huge. But that was why I picked her out. As soon as we saw her, we're like, what a beautiful puppy. Like, that's the one we want. She was affectionate, sweet, playful, entertaining, loving, and protective. Although at the same time, she was also afraid of everything. Yeah, when Amanda would walk her, she would say, are you walking her or is she walking you? She was incredible with kids. She was convinced she was a lapdog and didn't know her size and strength. She was a daily blockade we had to navigate around to get anywhere in the house. And Amanda taught her that just about anything could be a toy. She was our cuddle bug and loved just to be where we were. We will forever cherish these past 5 years with her. She was our Luna Boona. That was her nickname we gave her. Our baby girl, our cuddle bug, and our little psycho. She deserved more time, but I know we loved her well these past 5 years and gave her the best life we could. Our home is too quiet and empty now, but we will heal in time. And prayers and love are always welcome and appreciated. One thing that I am very thankful to say, she was such a loved dog. My wife and I gave Luna a lot of love. A lot of love. And I'm really thankful. One thing I'm really thankful to God for is, like, the past 2 weeks, my wife and I have been doing a lot of traveling. If this had happened while we were gone, I don't even want to think about it. But this was our baby girl, Luna. She was the best. We'll show some pictures and videos, celebrate her and honor her. This was Halloween. My wife put a Superman cape on her. And we walked around the neighborhood. All the kids out trick-or-treating. Oh my goodness, they loved her. A huge dog, super dog cape. Oh my goodness, it was the best. The best thing ever.
Did you just get a bath? You're so clean. Oh,
did you hear her tail smack? So we have a piano right there. Did you hear it? Hold on.
Luna, did you just get a bath? You're so clean.
You hear it?
Oh my goodness. Who's a clean girl? Oh my gosh, this is all wet.
Yeah, and she would come in and she would immediately, like, we would dry her off outside, but she would come in and just immediately just start rubbing herself on the carpet. And yeah, there it is.
Yep, that's nice. What are you digging?
Oh yeah, you can see the piano now. Yeah. She was such a spaz. Oh, there's me. Look at her ear. And she's just looking at me. Oh, this is her favorite toy. Again, I've got it. I've got it now on my shelf. Like I said earlier, she destroyed all of her toys, but this one, you're protected. And I've got it on my shelf to remember. She loved that thing. Oh my goodness.
What are you doing?
So we have 2 of these chairs, which she obviously can't fit on. But sometimes, like, her way of acting out was if we left the house for too long, she would sit on things she knew she wasn't supposed to sit on. That was her rebelliousness. And we came in the house one day.
Luna, what are you doing?
Bro, she so blatantly just does not fit on that chair. Like, are you kidding me, dude? We got Luna as a puppy from the breeder. So we had her whole life. Her whole life. Oh, Amanda, this was the moment we first gave her this toy. Oh, I didn't know that's what this was. She just excitedly walked around with it. That's hilarious. Yeah, she just put it in her mouth and just walked around, and there was a squeak in it. But most of the time, she didn't even squeak it because she was so gentle with this toy, she wouldn't even bite it hard enough to actually make it squeak. This was just her bed that we would put this at our old house. This was the God Squad church like setup in my wife's office upstairs. And this just little corner just had just enough room for Luna in her bed. This is a rare Luna howling sight. Luna did not howl very often, but when she did, I loved it. Wait for it. Yeah. It was very rare, very rare. She mostly howled when she was in heat. Every now and then she would howl. Oh, it was the cutest thing ever. Luna did this thing. Oh my goodness. She would cross her legs like a proper lady. She would do it when she laid down sometimes. It was just the cutest thing. Oh, you're right. She is offering her paw here. That was one thing she would always do. She's like, do you want my paw? Would you like to kiss my hand, dear sir? The best. Sometimes she would do this like when we would come home at night. Again, this is not our old house. We have a 1-story house now, but we had a 2-story house before. And she would just wait at the top of the stairs for us. Luna was a part of everything we did, man. Like, she was very much part of our community. I would be in meetings with people and she would be on the couch. My wife would be in meetings with people and she would be doing zoomies behind her. Recently, I preached a sermon at XP Church. I think it was the day we rebranded to XP Church. There's so much going on, we just missed the detail. And she's just behind me while I'm just preaching. She's just chilling. XP groups, streams, officer meetings. Luna was a part of the community. Here's Luna and Simba. They were cuddle bugs, man. There they are again. But just like, look at Luna's face. It's just such a pretty face. She was such a pretty dog. You know how hard it is to buy these size cones for a Great Dane? If you have a Great Dane, it is hard to buy things for them because they have to be like double XL. It was the biggest cone. When she's walking around the house, oh, it takes up like the whole hallway. Oh, there it is. Her being a lady. I don't know if she did it or if me and Amanda, when we were playing with her paws, when we were, in her final moments, if we did it. But when she passed away, her legs were in that position as well. And so that was really sweet. And this was Luna experiencing her first snow ever. She loved it. That was her bone. Again, everything with a Great Dane is just bigger. Basically a T-Rex bone, just so big. Here's her walking around. Oh, this was one of the toys we tried to buy for Simba. He just did not play with anything we bought him. He just was not interested. She's like, what is this? What is this?
What is that, Luna? And
Oh,
here
there's
comes
Simba.
brave Simba.
Luna's like, nah, I'm playing with this. She is such a spaz. Here was a hedgehog toy that she had. She did destroy this toy. Like I said, she destroyed every other toy she's ever had, except the purple octopus. Here is, I think, Amanda, it looks like you're talking to someone. Are you at like a Discord event or something? And Luna's just like, yo, what are we up to? Luna gave the best hugs. I taught her I would pat my chest. She would put her arms on my shoulders. Just the best. She was the best. That's in one of the chairs in my wife's office, relaxing, doing her thing. Look at little Luna. Look at her. This is her. She doesn't look full grown here, maybe around 1 year. She would do this frog dog, just full blown sprawl. Here's her as a puppy as well. Look at her. Look at her. Whenever she would do this, my wife would say, paint me like one of your French girls. And yep, she would do this. She would lay on her back and just paw up at you. She just looked so goofy when she was like that. Oh my goodness gracious. She was the cutest puppy. It feels literally like a lifetime ago. So she would, you know, be in her puppy crate, and then she would go to the bathroom in the crate, and then she would lay in it. Luna did not give two craps. She would just pee and poop right there, and then just full grown frog dog right in it. So almost every night, I'd have to pick her up, put her in the bath, you know, 4 o'clock in the morning. I mean, every night for months. So I remember doing that when she was a puppy. She was just so little. And I don't know if we have a picture of it, but yeah, her blue eyes. When she was a puppy, her eyes were so blue, and her paws were so big for her body. It was almost like they were almost full grown, and then she grew into her paws. Look at the paws, dude. Look how big the paws are. Like the size of her head. This is the first night we brought Luna home. So cute. Just look at her, dude. She was like the perfect dog, man. There she is. There she is. Luna was one of the best joys to have come into our home. And although 5 years was way too short, we are very thankful for the 5 years that we had with her. And we just wanted to say a special thank you to all of you. We have gotten so many DMs, text messages, social media comments, so many people praying for us, sending your love. And we just want to say a massive thank you. As we wind down this conversation, if y'all wouldn't mind just typing Luna with a heart in chat. She was a part of this stream. She was a part of our church. She was a part of our community. She was a part of everything we did, and she will be missed. She will be missed. We love Luna. We will forever be able to have her toy and her collar. We'll have it up on our shelf, at least for the foreseeable future. Remember her, Luna, the best dog.